Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Sorry, my camera's all crazy here this morning. Anyway, it's Meg from Maker Mornings with Meg, and I'm excited to see you guys this morning, even though we're a little crooked there. So I have a couple projects to share with you today, and they feature my stamp set that I'm featuring this month, the little Sweet Little Stockings, this guy here. And I know our cat friends are missing because I've been showing dog cards so far with this set. So we're going to do a cat card today, and we are going to do a really sweet gift box that you can use as a pet kind of thing. The one that I'm doing this morning has a dog biscuits inside it, which my poor dog was so excited when I went to go get them and brought them into my craft space. She just was waiting and waiting. So unfortunately, she's still waiting for them because they're in the box. But anyway, they make a really cute Christmas present for somebody, or you could use this box to do gift cards or regular cards, like if you like to give cards, greeting cards that you've made as a gift. So I'll give you some ideas and some tips for decorating and putting that together, and then show you a card that kind of coordinates too. So we've got the fourth of our Sweet Little Stockings projects to show this morning. All right. Hi, guys. Tanya and Kathy and Sue and Elaine and Trish, Stacy, Carol, Robin, everybody whose name is not showing up. Hi to you guys too. All right. So let's flip our camera down. And if you are getting supplies, during the month of October, through my online store, then this is actually one of the two projects that you'll get if your order is at least $50, because you get card kits to go, LovenStamps card kits to go. Information about that is in the video description if you would like. And basically, you will want to provide your own stamps, but I will give you the pieces kind of ready to go. So stamps and ink you'll need. Okay, so let's take a look here at these craft gift boxes first of all. So these come in the catalog. They are 10 to a package. And if you want to, you can peel off. There's actually, I know it's easy to miss, but there is a little film on here. So you can peel that film off when you're done messing around with it. I kind of leave it on for the moment. But they are terrific. They're not lined for food, that wax for food necessarily, but you could certainly put something inside them, which is what we're gonna do with ours. So when you're working with a box that's pre-scored like this, my first action is always to go ahead and fold up on all the score lines, okay? Now this one has adhesive provided. It's these little tabs here, and I made my first sample of this box over a month ago, and it still is holding strong. So I'm really pleased with the adhesive that's on here. So let's talk about putting the box together. First, I'm going to go ahead and fold these two tabs in and peel the backing off of this. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold that up. And usually I kind of put my finger at the top so I can tell that the box is pretty square, or right here at the corner, you'll be able to tell to make sure that that's square there. And then the last adhesive for the box base. I love it when the lid is attached to the box, don't you guys? Then you don't lose things when people don't lose it when they open it. And I'm gonna flip the lid back here just to make it easier for us to assemble. And again, I'm putting my finger right at the corner here when I'm pressing this adhesive down so that I can make sure that that corner is square and vertical. Now, for the lid, I have an extra tip for you because you want to make sure that the lid fits over the box, okay? Or if you want to, you could, no, it's meant to go over. So you want to make sure that the lid fits over the box. So you don't want to accidentally make this too tight on the sides here. So what I'm going to recommend is go ahead and do your bottom first, like we just did, and then take the top, go ahead and fold it down over. Don't do it just in random space, but fold it down over the bottom, bring that piece in, and then when you bring your sides together, you're pinching that down so that it just fits nice and tight right over the box bottom, so that that will then be exactly the right size. Does that make sense? So then your box will stay shut more easily. Okay, So next thing, we're gonna go ahead and give our box a belly band. Most belly bands, if you've heard that before, whether it's a card or a box, most belly bands are go all the way around and wrap around the back of the box, and then you have to slide them off like that way or this way to get them off. But I wanted this one to be an easy open box. So I just have our belly band look, but it's really kind of a partial belly band because we're gonna fold it around the sides. So I'm going to grab my favorite adhesive for boxes, which is my Stampin' Seal Plus. Wait, that's not Plus. Here it is, Stampin' Seal Plus. If you have the two of them, it's the darker one that's the Plus. And it has that nice strong adhesive on it. So I'm gonna take a look. I don't wanna put adhesive in my window, but I'm gonna kind of take a look here and add adhesive to the sides of my window. And then I'm gonna get this out of the way, and I'm gonna add some more adhesive in just 3 strips on each side here so that it's gonna give us a really nice strong bond. And this piece of paper is 2 inches by 9 inches. So the directions for this, if you order any amount from me during the month of October, you'll get the directions for this in a PDF that you can easily print and have on hand when you wanna make your projects. Okay, so I've pressed that down, and I'm going to go ahead and fold these around, and I'm just creasing right at the corner as I go, and then this last one I'm gonna go ahead and fold under. And the great thing about the Seal Plus for this is that your band is gonna stay really nicely adhered, okay? So now we've added that fun and easy decorative band to our box, okay? All right, so next thing, we're gonna get some more decorations on here. And like I said, we're gonna use the Sweet Little Stockings stamp set and the coordinating stockings dies, which include this fabulous tag here, which we're going to go ahead and pop kind of on our box like this. Let's see, I think this way actually. So our tag is gonna kind of fit on here. And then we also are gonna use some pieces from the designer series paper. And if you haven't seen the designer series paper yet, here are a couple samples. So this one is extended Z-fold card that I showed. This designer series paper is from the same package. This is the cute version that doesn't use any pets whatsoever. And then here is the other stocking card we did. And on both of these, I've shown you the banner die with felt. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one with cardstock, but I'm gonna give you some other tips for felt. Let's see, get this up here. We're going to go ahead and, through magic of television, I have that piece already cut. So this is from Evening Evergreen cardstock, which is one of the current in colors. And we're gonna kind of place that there just for our reference. And then I have this strip here of the Cherry Cobbler cardstock. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some stamping to this. We're gonna give our tag sort of an extra line across here. Just for decoration. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some of these sort of black stitch lines, which is kind of a fun thing. The theme goes along with the stamp set really well, and also gives us a nice little extra decorative element for the front of our card. Don't worry too much about lining up your X's. We're gonna kind of cover up those intersections there, so it's not gonna be a big deal. All right, and then I have 2 pieces of felt. And when you open your felt package, so this is the felt that coordinates here. It's really great to have the green felt and the red felt and the yellow felt that actually match Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, and Bumblebee. So I have a really narrow piece of the white and then a little bit wider piece, maybe 1/2 inch of the green. So I wanna give our tag a tag look. And so I'm gonna go ahead and fold this in half and clip off the corners there. So we have kind of a cute little tag look. But I wanted to kind of finish this off. And so we're gonna actually use this bit of felt as a ribbon. So I'm gonna wrap this around here. And you wanna be gentle with it. It's a nice quality felt, but you don't wanna really beat it up too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do like a 1 crossover thing there. And this felt has this super wintry, mitteny kind of like feel to it. It really adds that element to our project. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim these ends here to match. So that's gonna be part of our piece here. And then I have some pieces from the designer series paper. So I'll show you this one. There's this paper here that has our corgi and cat pet friends on it. There's also this paper here that has our golden retriever and mouse and cat and box. And then there's another paper that has these guys on it. And we were looking at this cat last night at one of my stamping events, and they were laughing about how unhappy that poor kitty in the reindeer antlers looks. So I don't know about you. Are there any cat owners out there who make their cats dress up? And does anyone's cat actually tolerate it? I'm thinking the cat in this paper, not so keen. Those little ears flattened are hysterical, although I feel for her. Sometimes our bunny is forced to wear costumes, and our bunny is not a fan. She pretty much has the same expression as the cat, although it's a little more subtle. You have to work a little harder to pick up expressions from your bunny. All right. The dog, though, looks perfectly happy, and I would say that that tracks for us. Our dog loves getting dressed up. Some costumes she's not fond of, but if she feels good, she loves it. She had a Wonder Woman costume for Halloween last year, and she showed it off happily to everyone who came to the door. So, all right, so we got our kitty cut, and then we're gonna fussy cut this puppy. And when you're doing this, my fussy cutting advice is to leave a white line around the edge, because that's really gonna set off our element, and to always keep your scissors in the same spot. All you're doing with your scissor hand is squeezing, and your left hand is going to do all of the turning. All you need to know you learned in kindergarten, right? Yesterday, I actually was a substitute teacher helper at the kindergarten for kindergarten, and it was super fabulous. I love those kiddos, and we did do some cutting yesterday, so gotta learn those skills, right? All right. So here are our little pet friends. So we're gonna put our dog and our cat on there. And like I said, don't worry too much about where those X's line up, because they're not going to make a big fuss for us. Now, I felt like this needed just a little bit more like home on our project. So I decided to grab this circle here from the bumblebee. And actually, you'll notice when I pop this behind here, it really pops out those bumblebee from the background. That's one of the great things about the Stampin' Up! Colors going together like that. So, all right, I know you're wondering about this tissue. It's coming. It's coming. All right, so let's go ahead, and I think I'm gonna scoot this up. I have another sample to show you where I did this a little lower, but kind of like this. All right, we're gonna add one more thing to the background because we want our present theme here to be added. So one of the things that I love about this stamp set is that it has these really strong like accessory images for the holidays. So it has the candy, let's see, can you see? Has the candy canes and the presents and so many great elements. So we're gonna go ahead and use the present element here to just add a little bit more to our background. And you don't really need a ton of these. There's a lot going on in this card, so we don't want to compete too much. So let's go ahead and start putting things together. I'm going to use multi-purpose liquid glue to do some assembly, and I'm putting the glue only where it's going to be hidden by the tag. You don't want your glue to pop out on either end of your tag. All right, and then for this one, I find that with a felt, the easiest way to attach it is to go ahead and add adhesive to your project. I really like the Seal Plus for that. So I've got my Seal Plus on there, and I'm just gonna press down our felt onto that. All right, and then our pet friends, we're gonna pop on here, and let's go ahead and put them on dimensional so they have a little extra texture just from that raised element. And let's see, I think we can probably get 2 on there. All right, so I'm gonna kind of position them. Let's see, we've got our dog friend here, and then our happy kitty. So you could put some cat treats inside this box too. Mine's just gonna have dog treats, but all right, and then that's all going to layer here on our tag. And I am going to, I'm gonna show you the other one. I put the yellow in the center, but I really want to highlight both our cat and our dog. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this out at the end, and I'll just pop some adhesive there on the center. And that way we've highlighted kind of both here. So we've used this yellow circle to add a stronger focal point to our whole tag. Now you could make this tag loose, you could make it attached, you can make it straight, you could make it not straight. Let me see, how do I like it? I kind of like it there. Okay, so we're gonna kind of put it in the center of our window. So I'm covering up a lot of the window, but that's okay. It's just gonna show that there's stuff peeking through there. And to attach it, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more dimensionals. And I'm gonna keep my dimensionals on this part here, not out here in the window. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them down here towards the bottom. And if I get 3 on there, our tag is not going anywhere. So dimensionals are a really great adhesive, and I just put them in the wrong spot. Okay, so carefully I can peel them up. I think that was brilliant. Did you guys see me doing that? Meg, stop, don't put the dimensionals there. You just got done telling us. Okay, well that one could probably stay, but all right, so we'll put some fresh dimensionals at the bottom where they will not show. Don't carefully put them in the window where they will show. Oh well. All right, is it Friday yet? So I'm gonna pop this here, and now our guys are on there. Now, I always add some kind of bling to our project, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop some of these elements on. These are the matte decorative dots. And let's see, I think I'm gonna use some of the red ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and put maybe a little one there and a medium one maybe down here, and then one of the bigger ones kind of down here at the bottom. There we go. So kind of putting our focal point together. Now for the inside of our box, we are going to bring in our tissue paper. This is scavenged from a piece of the tissue that comes with the paper pumpkin. So not this month because it was red, although honestly that red tissue from this month's paper pumpkin would be perfect. And I'm gonna bring in that present again, and I'm just gonna stamp some presents on here. And you want some to look, some to go off the edge of your tissue so that it looks like you cut it from a bigger spot. And then if you want to go ahead and highlight it, so if this one's gonna be our dog project, then I'm gonna go ahead and put my puppies on the tissue. You can always stamp tissue to go with anything that you're making. You have stamps and you have ink. Don't forget you can apply them to things other than just plain cardstock. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and pop this here into our box like so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do a little flippy fold in the center to make it about the right size. There we go. And then we're going to take our bag. So I love the clear envelopes for all kinds of opportunities to package up little treats and stuff. So this one I've got packaged with little milk bones, and I keep using the word treat and I'm getting no reaction. I think I must talk about treats a lot in my videos because usually someone, our dog comes running, but she's not even perking an ear up, so. All right, so there is our piece there. Now, let's see, there I got it folded all the way over so it meets in the center. So there is one example of a fun treat box. Here is another example. This one uses the golden retriever. So when you get your kit from me, you'll get 2 characters to put on the front of your box, and you can always, of course, stamp characters to put on your box, or you can have your own designer series paper and you know, decorate with whatever you want to fussy cut from there. Okay, I have 5 minutes, and I am going to show you a card that you can also put inside this box. So keep in mind that this box is about the perfect size for greeting cards. So if you wanted to stack a bunch of greeting cards inside there, you could stack a bunch of greeting cards inside there, birthday cards or something like that, just as a fun way to share some treats this holiday. Okay, you ready for our speed card? Okay, it's a split front card, which is similar to what I've been showing you the last couple days. And let's see, my split front cards are all somewhere else. But directions for this, cut to 7.5 by 5.5. Fold here, cut yourself a piece of designer series paper that is 3 inches by 5.25 for the front. And then you're gonna use a 1 inch by 5.25 for the inside, but we're not gonna put that in quite yet. So I'm gonna take this, I am going to stamp for the inside of our card a couple candy canes. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this inside our card. So this is cut to 3 inches by 5.25 inch also, or maybe 3.25 actually, just so I didn't have to worry about the overlap. And then I'm gonna flip this part to the back side because I want this fun coordinating paper, this coordinating print to stamp on the inside. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and in our 5-minute frenzy here, I'm gonna take the time to stamp or to color in our candy canes. So I'm using the Cherry Cobbler Stampin' Blends, and I'm actually gasp using the bullet point versus tip of this Stampin' Blends marker. I know I always usually use the brush tips, but okay. So there's the inside of our card. So now let's come back to the front. I have a piece here of the old olive cardstock, and I'm going to just grab an edge piece here from our Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm gonna pop this up. It's a tag that's cut, it's a little bit narrower, so I've trimmed it a little bit, and I've lined it up right here at the edge. The actual tag goes out all the way to here. So you could use it as a band if you wanted to fold it around, but I'm gonna leave it like that. And then we're gonna stamp here, and I'm gonna give us a cat and a Santa hat, and oh, I didn't show you, I put a Santa hat on the, this is the little stamped Santa hat here from the stamp set for that box. Okay, we're going to color with Stampin' Blends, Cherry Cobbler, and Crumb Cake. And through the magic of television, I have our kitty here ready to go. So I'm just gonna pop a little glue there on his ear for our jaunty Santa hat. And now he needs a place to sit on our place here, and we need a greeting. So let's grab our Santa Paws stamp, and I'm gonna go ahead and stamp that there and use my scissors to trim it. So this piece of basic white is just a scrap. I love this size from when I cut card layers. So, all right, then let's see, can't stick that down yet. I have pre-die cut. So these are all die cut from the designer series paper using the dies in the set. And I just sat down one day, I had a little time, and I did all of them at once. So I'm gonna grab one of those stockings, and then I just keep these with my dies so that they're all ready. We're gonna go ahead and pop our stocking on here. We're going to grab a Stampin' Dimensional to put on the back of our kitty friend. We're gonna pop him on top there because he's sitting in the stocking, and then we're gonna pop a dimensional here on the back of our greeting. And did I make it? Am I under? I think I'm under. Under 5 minutes there for our companion card. So there is a fun, oh, we need some embellishment. We've got time in our 5 minutes here. So let's see, I'm going with green apparently because that's what popped off. And I like to use the ones kind of all in the same row color when I'm using these dots. So I'm gonna kind of pop those there and add them to kind of add to our focal point. So, all right, so there's our speedy card for, whew, speed card for the win. So that is a really cute way to use the pieces to make cards too. So this is a bonus. Like I said, there are 4 cards or 4 projects included in my PDF this month. So I have the stocking card, this fun felt Santa Paws card, an extended Z fold card with all the cutting and scoring and directions and photos, and our fun treat box there. So those 4 projects are included in that PDF, which is actually available in my Etsy shop. So link in the video description, you can check that out if you're interested. But all right, Tanya said, did you miss where you scored it? Yeah, it's just a regular size card. You're asking about this one, I'm sure. It's just a regular size card. So you're gonna, basically it's cardstock cut in half, and then you trim 1 inch off the front, if that's an easier way to think about it. So Gian says it was like a blur. I know, like cartoon, Speedy Gonzalez, right? But anyway, if you need to watch it again for a little bit slower pace, you can watch it again. So that's the great thing about recording. So, all right, any other questions? All right, guys, well, I am going to sign off. I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed our Sweet Little Stockings cards. I have really enjoyed sharing them with you. These guys are darling, and definitely not just for pets, and definitely not just for Christmas, birthdays, all kinds of fun things. So somebody asked the other day about how you could use the pets without the stockings, and I suggested that those little, you know, paws like this, you could kind of stamp your pets and then have a horizon line. They could be looking over a gate or laying, you know, on a stair or all kinds of things. So you could certainly do them that way. All right, guys, have a wonderful Wednesday. Hope your day is terrific. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you again on Friday, which will be, gosh, our last video in October. I can't believe that is nearly November. I don't know how that happens, but all right, guys, have a wonderful day. Happy stamping.